Salman Akram. I joined the firm about 5 months ago as senior consultant in the SAP package technologies. So first and foremost, I want to level set expectations there. I don't do this talk on a daily basis, right? I'm a senior consultant, but I don't speak to, well, these are not many people. I'm expecting about 50, right? So that's good. I just wanted to set those expectations. And with any consultant, you travel Monday to Friday or Monday to Thursday, in my case, and you hardly get time to do stuff which is outside your work. And so Marissa knows, and other people on the Deloitte ID team, they know that how much of an effort I had to put in. I really couldn't get any time. So, whatever you see, I hope you'll gain something out of it today. I'll try to. I hope you guys learned something. So, just want to set the expectations. That's all. Okay. So moving on. X factor, as you can see, is the topic that I'm going to be presenting on today. How many of you, with a show of hands, have heard the term X factor before? Great, okay. So at least 3-4 people know that, okay. So I assume you would be thinking of a UK reality show that is basically people from all over the world come together and they take part in the music competition. And the winner basically wins a contract for music and earns a lot of money out of that. But to sorry to disappoint you, my presentation is not that. So I want to make sure that you don't get carried away. It's nothing but music, but you'll learn something still new today. So the subject I want to talk to you about is something that's very close to my heart. And I'm aware that it will be close to your heart too. But how we can overcome challenges and obstacles in life, and how can we create and convert those challenges and obstacles to create meaningful goals and objectives called the X factors. Okay, and I'm going to be talking from the perspective of the worldly X factors and the spiritual X factors. So that's kind of my talk about. And I'm going to be saying my inspiration for this topic is a person sitting at the very end, my mom, who's actually, she's a gynecologist, a doctor. My dad is not here, but he's an engineer by profession. And they did not have any less challenges in life, right? Like many people do. But they are survivors of cancer, and they beat the disease. Through all the odds, they beat it. And you know how it feels, right? When you hear about a disease like that, you kind of feel, oh my God, that's the end of life, and what I'm going to do, and I hope I survive, and and all that. But I was surprised how they beat the odds and survived. And thank God they survived, and I hope they have a very long life ahead of them. Then, secondly, I haven't had any less challenges of my own at this age of 38, right? I'm not going to share all my challenges here, but I'm going to just touch upon 2 of those. So just for, to have some kind of example to talk through, a real life example. So I have these like headaches occasionally that I get, and it's going on for 15, 20 years, and all those medications and all that, obviously I take occasionally. And then I've got these floaters in front of my eyes that tend to kind of blurry my vision at times, and people who experience that may know how it feels, You don't want to get that. So, but having gone these 2 big things that I have, I thought to myself at one point in time, I was talking to you guys saying, I was thinking in my mind, I don't have had enough time to prepare, and why not I just give up? I don't want to do this. It's hard. I haven't had enough time anyways, and plus I have these problems and all that. So go ahead and give it up. But then I said, I'm not practicing what I'm preaching. I'm here to fight. I'm here talking about fighting obstacles and challenges, and here I'm trying to give up. So I guess that didn't work. So I said, you know what, I'm going to present. So what I'm trying to get to is, our mind back to this. One more, please. So, coping with all the challenges, right? Our mind has unique ways of coping with challenges. Okay. Some people turn to like drugs. Some people turn to I don't know, antidepressants or yoga or psychiatric help. So many ways of coping with situation. In the case of my parents, as I was telling you about her coping mechanism was her faith, the power of faith, And to my surprise, they stuck to it. They never, there were times when they were hopeless, and of course, it's reality. But the way they fought through this everything was amazing, and their coping mechanism, faith worked. People have different mechanisms, and our mind is so powerful, right? That if we really use it in the right way, it can do wonders, right? Many scholars have termed our brain, which science has not fully even comprehended completely, has so much of power, right? That he has termed human beings as ashraful makhlukat. Okay, that's a new word. Of course, no one probably knows about what it means. So this is an Arabic word, and some scholars have turned human beings as ashraful makhlukat, which basically means human beings are the God's best creation. Okay, so there might be some kind of arrogant thought to it, why human beings are the best. But actually it's in referral to the great machinery that we have in our head, which is the brain, the mind, right? You use it in the positive way, you can do wonders, right? You can convert impossible to possibles, right? You use it in the negative way, go and see Fox News and CNN, right? All the bad news that you want to hear. People are going to all sorts of negative things that they can do with the brain. But end of the day, it's the power of the brain that we possess that we can use to our advantage, right? So it's very important, right? What we feed our brains, what we give our brains on a daily basis. It could be like negative thoughts, it could be positive thoughts, right? We could tell ourselves, like just to give you a few examples, on a daily basis we could say, I cannot do it, I give up, I fail, I'm not going to present today, I'm going to give up, basically. Or I could just say, I'll be positive, I'll do my best, I'll win it, I can do it, it's not hard. You see, the messages that are negative versus positive have different kind of connotations to them. You give yourself a positive message, it's all about positive vibes. It's all about all the energy in you is like you're feeling enthusiastic. You give yourself negative vibes, it's kind of getting yourself in a situation where it's kind of all negative and you can't do much stuff. So it's so important that what we feed our brains is what we become. So it's very important. So my dad used to say to me when I was graduating from college, he would always ask me, Salman, I would want you to, on a daily basis, huddle into a corner and analyze how you spent your day. Think about the things that you've been doing, whether good or bad. And the idea behind that was very powerful. Get yourself in a habit of self-analyzing on a daily basis, what you've been doing, what you've done right, what you've not done right, is to basically understand and take lessons from what you did, and then move at a higher level, from a lower level to a higher level. So get into that habit of having a positive mindset, going into that on a daily basis. And so, the negative sign, there are bad times and good times that everyone faces. But in reality, bad times, if you look at it, they actually are an opportunity for you. They really are. The bad times, what they really do is that it opens the door for you to analyze yourself, right? It gives you the opportunity to really understand yourself, what you did wrong and how you can improve it. It's really the bad time that gives you that energy. And the moment you analyze the bad time the right way, you're able to do wonders. So it's the opportunity in the bad times that make you go and reach higher goals. So it works like that, right? You make an objective, you achieve it, you go through a bad situation, you learn from it, you grow higher. Higher the goals, higher the obstacles, right? That's life. You set yourself a higher goal, higher the obstacles. So setting yourself goals, right? So in my view, now this is my personal opinion, right? Do you guys really think it's all about setting, just working for yourself, like just getting richer on a daily basis, building big houses or buying big cars and all that? I mean, do you really think we are here just to do that, just for filling ourselves and looking after just ourselves? I mean, I do see effort in people that it takes for you to get to a place, put yourself in a better position. But I think there must be a higher goal than just feeding yourselves. It's a goal about not thinking just about the self, but thinking about the others, right? So that's what I'm trying to mention here. So I think it's about time to stop, that we really also consider the other, aside from ourselves, people who are beyond us, and try to, give them what we can. Basically, that's my point here. So talking about goals, right? Many a time, right, most of you that are here, obviously you took some successful steps now that you're here, right? In life you achieved many things in life, right? What we tend to do is that we get into a habit of setting our goals, achieving those goals, and then forgetting about them. Give you an example. From a worldly perspective, so I'm setting up a worldly tree of X factors, right? You have a goal to attain a master's degree, for example. Or you have a goal to work for a big firm, like this firm. Or you want to do something you want to buy a big house, or anything, right? Those goals are there. You achieve them. And once you achieve them, they kind of, are your memory. So you have to retain, or you have to visualize those goals. Make sure you remember them, and put them on your tree of X factors, depicted by the W's. So put those kind of situations, all the things that you did, that you achieved, visualize them, put them in your room, put them somewhere where you can really see them. Because the more you see them, the more positive energy you're going to get out of them. And on the right side, left side, you will be setting up trees for your spiritual goals, right? Giving charity, or doing good works, sacrificing your time for the sake of your wealth, and time and honor for someone else. So doing those kind of activities which elevate your soul, right? And do those things, set those goals, and make sure you visualize them and you show them and make it visible for you on a daily basis. So after all, the things that you are doing, right? It's better for you, but think about the future generation, right? The people you love the most, your kids. You got to do something that is an example for them. We all are parents, most of us, right? And we know bringing up kids is not easy. So what kind of role models are we? Like the examples that I'm leaving behind, you think, I see kids, and even my kids, even though I try not to keep them in that situation, they're just busy with iPads and iPhones and all that, right? That's pretty much what they do. They're spending their time in a situation where it's really not benefiting them, really. So it's kind of a situation where it's a moment to think and pause and say, setting great goals, examples from the worldly perspective and spiritual perspective, visualizing them, and show those examples to your kids. That's very important, right? It's for your loved ones. And here I'm going to introduce to you. Go back. Please go back.
This should play.
Can you go back? Yeah, okay. Well, you saw the picture, but never mind. So I'm going to introduce to you a person who I take a lot of inspiration from, even though the video wasn't playing. I don't know, I hope it'll play. So this guy that I'm going to be introducing, now that you've seen him, I'm going to describe a few, some of his life patterns, right? The world told him, his family told him he could never become a cricketer. He doesn't have it. He proved them wrong, and he did it. The world told him that he couldn't bowl fast. I'm talking about a game of cricket. He beat all the odds. He became the world's fastest bowler. He won the only World Cup for Pakistan. He was a captain of Pakistan. And it was a 1992 World Cup that he won for Pakistan. That's the worldly side of things. Then spiritually, he built the first cancer hospital in Pakistan. Right? That treats, would you believe it, 70 to 75% people free of charge. And the world told him that hospital will get bankrupt within a year. And even today, that hospital is still there. And that hospital was built in the memory of his mother, who died from cancer. Shaukat Khanum Hospital. And so he set really great standards. And then he built a school in the villages, a university level school in Pakistan that is running. So I guess I was going to ask the question, could you guess the guy I'm talking about? Still want to take his name? Anyone? No? Imran Khan. Okay. Imran Khan is the guy, and if I would just like to show you a quick clip of 45 seconds, see that'll play.
Please remember one. You only lose when you give up. Remember this. Remember this over and over again. You only lose when you give up. If you do not give up, you will win from the most incredible positions. The fight is in the mind. It's not physical, it's in the mind. As long as the mind refuses to accept defeat, each setback will give you an opportunity to analyze yourself. Where did I go wrong? It's an opportunity. Remember, crisis is an opportunity to evaluate yourself. Where did I go wrong? Correct that, pick yourself up, you again move on, and you will find that you will get stronger. Each time you pick yourself up, you come back stronger. This is what the human being is.
Last slide, please. So just to summarize the things that I talked about. Choose your coping ways in times of difficulty. Mine was faith. It's free, it's everlasting, it's very powerful. Obviously, it takes time to get used to that. Nourish your brains with the positive things, right? It's very important to keep yourself upbeat and learn from your mistakes. Do self-reflection on a daily basis. Self-analyze, right? Where you went wrong, what you did right. Set goals beyond yourself. We can all feed ourselves, feed the others of people who are more in need. And try to, once you achieve your goals and you're going to achieve in the future, make sure you visualize them. Put them on the trees of X factors, worldly and spiritually wise. And last and not but not the least, be role models for your kids, because they're your future generation. You care for them and you love them. So thank you so much.